sa panel ng mga nag-i-interview sa mga bata, sa mga malug pastor nga gustong mag-enroll. The usual thing na among ginapamangkot sa ila is this: do you think you have what it takes to become a pastor? Can you count the cost? Masulod ka dire, ite-train ka, kay kung hindi mo na siya i-consider, masulod ka dire sa Bible School, magpasaway ka lang. Hindi ka susunod sa training, hindi ka magsulod on time sa klase, hindi ka maghimo requirements because you're not counting the cost. If you want to enroll, there are certain things na dapat mong tingnan. So you need to answer the question, do you think you have what it takes to become a pastor in the future? Kung ikakabit natin yan sa discipleship, do you think we have what it takes, mga utod, to become a disciple of the Lord Jesus Christ? Do you think we have it? Can we pay the cost? Can we count the cost sa pagsunod natin kay Kristo? In line sa CBBC, I think last Wednesday after prayer meeting, si Nang Jane Ramos nag-join sa amon sa pagsakay sa lakyan ba, nagsabay? And along the way, napag-usapan namin ang sa CBBC. It was the first time na nabalaan ko na si Nang Jane Gali, naging staff sa CBBC. Wife ako sa CBBC kay eskwela, pero long before, naging staff siya. And she made mention na, dugay-dugay man, pastor, nagkadto ko sa Manila, dito ko nag-ubra, nag-resign ko sa CBBC. And I was so... natawa ko sa rason nga ako nung nag-alin sa CBBC nga hadlok siya kuno makapamana pastor. Additional comment niya kay ang mga pastors kuno sang una nga ara sa CBBC mga burog. I don't know the meaning of that word. So kaninang umaga ko lang ginpangita ang definition, ginpamangkot ko si Ma'am Leia, ano lang meaning sang burog man? Kaya ang mga pastor kuno sa CBBC sang unang eskwela, mga burog nga mga pastor daw, matingala ka kung mag-iisip ka kung talaga magpapastor ba tong mga to o hindi. So this was the definition nga ginhadag ni Ma'am Leia. Burog means bugoy-bugoy kuno. Not only bugoy-bugoy, pilosopo pagid. I don't know if that is the pero I think that kung ang mga nag-aaral nga sulod sa Bible School, sa seminary, amo na, do you think they have what it takes? Because we always tell them na ari ka mo dire because you are called. You felt the calling. And because you have felt the calling, you need to adjust. You need to pay the price. You need to count the cost dahil amo na ang dapat. The same thing sa sinasabi dito ni Jesus Christ sa mga sumusunod. You want to follow me? You have seen the miracles that I have done. You have tasted the power when you ate bread and fish. Hanggang saan kayo hahantok? Asa lang kamo da? Hindi you follow me through and through. And if you want to follow me through and through, these are the things na dapat po nating tingnan. So, Jesus Christ is trying to correct their understanding about following the Lord Jesus Christ. And number one, dapat po nating i-inventory this year, 2013, as we consider ourselves as disciples of the Lord Jesus Christ. Number one na binabanggit dito ni Jesus Christ is about our priority. As a disciple of the Lord Jesus Christ, sino ano ang aton nga priority? When we say priority, it means higher or greatest importance. Sa aton nga kabuhi, what is the greatest importance? What is the greatest importance? When the Lord Jesus Christ declared that He must hate ang iyang pamilya, anak, kapatid, magulang, well, huwag nating intindihin na talagang hate na magagalit ka because it will go against doon sa 10 Commandments that you should respect your mother and father. You should honor them. You should not hate them. So it's good that when you study the Bible, there are parallel passages that we could consult for us to know how the Lord Jesus Christ will give more illustration doon sa sinasabi niyang hating. And if you're going to Matthew chapter 10:37, Matthew chapter 10:37, Jesus Christ is now giving the same idea with different words na ginagamit niya. Because in Matthew chapter 10 verse 37, anyone who loves his father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. Anyone who loves his son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. So yung word na hate dito, okay, after reading Matthew chapter 10:37, we can conclude na hindi siya nga klase nga hate nga maakig ka bala, magtatanim ka ng grudges against your family. It is saying that dapat si Kristo ang pinakamahal mo kesa sa iyong asawa, kesa sa iyong magulang, kesa sa iyong mga kapatid. Our love for God should supersede our love for other things and other person. That's the discipleship na dapat i-consider ng mga tao. When Jesus Christ told them, "Gasunod ka mo sa akon," well, sige daw be, if you really want to follow me, who is your priority? Who is the one you love the most? Is it me or other things? Amo lang gila pamangkot dira. Another is, sinasabi pag dito, the disciple must be willing to carry his own cross. The cross symbolizes suffering. The cross symbolizes death. Ibig sabihin, one must continually yield his will to the will of Christ. Tungod kay palangga ko ang Ginoo, unahon ko siya. Siya ang susundin ko kaysa sarili ko. Siya ang susundin ko una kaysa ibang tao. That is what the Lord is trying to tell the crowd that is following Him. Okay? No matter what hardship or loss might be, I will still choose to follow you. Amo na. Now, let's try to see if we have that kind of qualities sa atong pagiging Kristiyano. If year 2012, hindi ka naging ganon, God is giving us a fresh, new chance this year to see whether we are really in line sa understanding ng true discipleship. No? Actually, ang Diyos dito gumagamit, no? Si Jesus Christ is using a very strong words. As a figure of speech, tawag yata dito, hyperbole. There is so much exaggeration na ginagawa. Hating. You need to give up your life. That is the style of Jesus Christ. Design iyon ang pagtuturo niya to create a greater impact sa nakikinig. Damo mga teaching si Jesus Christ na mula very exaggerated. It is better to cut off your hands kaysa pumasok ka kompleto sa langit, pero hindi ka naman tatanggapin. It is better to gouge out your eyes. That is exaggeration. Judging, huwag kang magja-judge. Bakit ka magja-judge? Nakikita mo yung dumi sa pisngi ng iyong kakilala o kapatid, but you cannot notice a timber. Grabe, no? Troso nasa iyong mga mata. Those are exaggeration. So, Jesus Christ is using this word so that the crowd will really understand. Ano ba yung pagsunod? We need to know our priority. What will be our priority this year? What will be the priority of the church? What will be the priority of the council? What will be the priority of the deacons? What will be the priority of the pastoral staff? What will be the priority of this church? Amula, being the disciple of the Lord Jesus Christ, the thing that we should ask ourselves. Secondly, binabanggit dito, is readiness. Number 2 is readiness. We need to be prepared. We need to be ready. That is why bilanggit dito ni Jesus Christ ang dalawang klase ng illustration. By the way, Jesus Christ is not discouraging the people. He is in fact inviting them to really follow Him. But if you really want to follow, ito yung mga bagay nga dapat nyong malaman. And the thing is, one thing that is good about this, ang hambal bala ni Kristo, anyone who wants to follow me. Ibig sabihin, anyone can follow God. Walang tao dito na sasabihin lang nino man na hindi ka po pwedeng sumunod, Brad, kay lasenggo ka. Hindi ka po pwedeng sumunod, Brad, kay pirte, patad mo sa loto, pirme na lang na gabulang ka. Anyone who would choose to follow the Lord Jesus Christ, po pwede gid, but these are the things na dapat i-require sa Kanya. First is the priority, and the second is the readiness. Kinakailangan maging ready. And in verses 28 up to 32, binanggit diyan ang dalawang illustration. Well, I think sa aton Sunday school gin-mention na illustration about a person who plans to build a house, a tower, okay? Hindi po pwedeng hindi mo titingnan, magtapasimula ka, ilagay mo pundasyon, tapos hindi mo matapos, gali. Magdi-decide kang sumunod kay Kristo, tapos hindi mo magali. Tapuson, active ka lang sa primero, pero dugay-dugay, dula na. Remember last Sunday ba yun na ating wali? Always abounding in the work of the Lord. And then in verse 31,